All right, guys, it's video time. And in this video, I want to go over, I had the pleasure of installing a new computer for somebody. And I just noticed that every time I seem to do this, I am just shocked by the added steps in the Microsoft Windows 10 installer. So let's go over here. I just took some pictures as I was installing this because I was like, man, this is just getting worse and worse and worse as time goes on. So, here's the one of the first things it asks you after choosing your region settings and stuff like that. You got Cortana here. So Cortana is, the Siri, Microsoft Siri, voice recognition, ask it things because you're too busy to do things on your own. So, okay, Cortana, right? So this is basically the listening device for Microsoft. In every instance of one of these slides I'm putting up here, I've declined it, obviously, for the users that I installed them for. I don't really know what happens when you accept this, if it just, turns into be like a Amazon Echo or a Google Assistant or Home thing where it's like passively listening. I don't know too much about Cortana. All I know is that it can't be good. So, so that's Cortana. That one I've seen before. Moving along, this one I haven't seen this one yet. This is a new one to me. Do more across devices with activity history. If you want a timeline and other Windows features helping continue what you were doing even when you switch devices, send Microsoft your activity history, which includes info about websites. Again, so this is it's basically a snooper, right? This is much like the Google My Activity stuff. I think they're just ripping off the fact of, hey, why can Google just save everyone's personal information and history? Let's ask people if we can do that as well. I guess at least they're asking, whereas Google doesn't seem to ask. It's all enabled by default, and then you have to go shut it off. So at least there's a yes or no here. Okay, so that one's not good. I wouldn't recommend enabling that. What we got next? Oh, sorry. Do more with your voice. This one's new as well. I haven't seen any of these before. User voice or dictation, talk to Cortana and other apps that use Windows Cloud-based. Send Microsoft your voice data to help improve your speech. So exactly like Google Assistant. You won't be able to use dictation or talk to other apps, Windows Cloud-based. You can still use Windows Speech Recognition app and others that don't rely on Windows Cloud-based services. Yeah, don't enable it. I wouldn't recommend anybody enable this stuff. At least they're asking you. See, the one thing with Microsoft, I guess most of these guys anyways, not just Microsoft, but if I click don't use now and accept, in the next Windows update, does that still apply? Like what happens during an update? Are some settings reset to default, which means maybe it turns itself back on, or I'm not really sure. Don't enable any of this stuff. I don't know how anyone in their right mind can be okay with something like this. I don't know how helpful these voice recognition things are. I mean, location data. I can see location data being more relevant in a mobile device like a phone. For a computer or a tablet or something like that. I guess if you have a 4G modem or whatever, this would apply more so. But again, I wouldn't go ahead and accept any of these. And again, I haven't seen this one before. I don't think I've seen this one before. Find my device. Choose. Okay, yeah. So if you lost your device. So again, this is very Google-like. A lot of this is very, very Google-like. They want to log a lot more data, I think, than they have been in the past. And, Google leads the way in that sort of surveillance tracking stuff. And I guess Microsoft figures, hey, why can't we do it? We don't have the presence on the mobile devices, but we do have a lot of laptop installs and things like that, Surfaces and things like that. And some of them may be cellular enabled and some might not be. So again, I wouldn't recommend just turning this information over willingly. Send my diagnostic data. This one is interesting because I think I've seen this before, but I don't think I've seen full or basic. Now you get a choice. And basic is the only option here. There's no on or off here. Send info about settings and capabilities of others performing properly. Diagnostic data is used to keep how secure and up to date, troubleshoot problems, and make product improvement. This I got a big problem with. Okay, so full send basic diagnostic data, okay, health data, device activity, enhanced error reporting. Again, don't know what that means. Diagnostic data is used to help keep Windows secure and up to date, troubleshoot problems, and make product improvements regardless of whether it's basically equally secure and operate manually. So I guess the only difference here is device activity. This is full tracking, and this is limited tracking. Still tracking though. And what gets to me here is help keep Windows secure and up to date. I don't know why I have to help you do that. I'm paying for the product already. Inherently, you should have a team of people, of developers looking into this stuff. I don't know why I have to help you. I can't see, there's no open source in the code. There's nothing. I mean, if you take the Linux model, which is a million times better than this, everyone has access to look at the code, and everyone has access to freely test and modify and post suggestions, post to the Git repository, post things that they see as security vulnerabilities, make suggestions, make enhancements. Anyways, I don't know why I have to help Microsoft. I don't want to help Microsoft. I don't know why you should have to either. They pay enough money for their products already. Anyways, let's move on. This is new anyways to me. Okay, what's this one? Get tailored experiences. This is ad stuff. Let Microsoft offer you tailored experience based on the diagnostic data you have chosen. Again, very Google-like. They want all your metadata so that they can more successfully target ads to you, more successfully keep you in your own bubble. The tips, ads, and recommendations you see will become more generic and maybe less relevant to you. I don't know what Microsoft could really ever promote to me that I would want. I mean, I already know what I want to do with my computer. I don't need Microsoft trying to figure out if I want additional enhanced services or not. I mean, besides Microsoft Windows and Office, they're really irrelevant in the computer industry. Oh man, this has got even more here. Use settings and then accept to say, let apps use advertising ID. Okay, what's this? Apps can use advertising ID to provide more personalized advertising in accordance with the privacy policy of the app provider, which isn't listed here. The number of ads you see won't change. The number of ads you see won't change, but they may be less relevant to you. I don't use Windows. I haven't used, I have Windows installed on a machine, but I don't use it daily. So what does this mean? Windows, again, is it just an advertising platform now? What's going on? What is happening? Where does Windows, does Windows show you ads now inside the operating system? I don't get this. Apps can use advertising ID. What apps are we talking about? This is, I don't know what this is. There's a learn more here button, which I didn't click on. This is just disgusting. So, anyways, I wouldn't recommend that either. This is new. I've never seen that. I haven't seen probably 90% of these windows before, these screens that are asking for all these permissions. I think that's it, right? So I think I doubled up. Yeah, I doubled up on the last one. So there you go. So I'm just shocked and appalled by what this Windows operating system has turned into. I don't know what it is anymore. What I can recommend to you is shut all this stuff off. In fact, better yet, you need to get off Windows and you need to switch to a Linux platform, something that doesn't track you. When you're installing Linux, okay, look, I don't know about other distributions, but most Linux distributions will not even attempt to ask you these things because they are not relevant in the operating system. Most Linux distros, as far as I know, I don't know if there are some that are trying to monetize over ads and things. I don't know what's going on with Ubuntu. There was a point there where their app store was, they had affiliations to Amazon or something. I don't use Ubuntu. I haven't used it as a desktop in a long time. What I can say is stop using Windows, switch over to Linux. If you guys need help in choosing a distribution, let me know. Maybe I can help you, but there are tons of videos on YouTube showing different distributions. My distribution of choice is Arch, and yes, you don't have to install it manually. There are some distributions that make it very easy to install Arch, like Manjaro and Antergos or however you want to pronounce that. Just go switch, take control of your data, take control of your life. See you in the next one.